So if I was going to start a print-on-demand business in 2025, I would follow the proven 4-step system that I'm going to be revealing on this episode. This is the exact system that I use to generate multiple millions of dollars in revenue across 2 print-on-demand businesses. But more importantly, this is a system that I teach my students to build profitable and sustainable businesses that unlock more freedom and fulfillment in their lives. There is no gatekeeping here. I am breaking down the entire system. Plus, I have a huge announcement. So buckle up and let's get into it. My name is Adrian and welcome to the first episode of 2025 of the Print on Demand Playbook podcast. What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in and welcome to this first episode of 2025. This is a period of new beginnings and fresh starts, an opportunity to draw a line in the sand and step forward confidently and unapologetically into growth. This year, I want you to choose courage over comfort, faith over fear, progress over perfection, and action over excuses. You have the power within you to control your destiny, unlock more freedom, and transform your life. And that's what we want for you, to keep dreaming big, keep believing, and keep fighting for the life you deserve. Because in the famous words of Abraham Lincoln, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Whew, guys, I am feeling all the New Year's feels right now. I hope that you're feeling it too, and that you harness this New Year momentum. Now, just before we jump into the main event, I have a huge announcement. I want to invite you to my first live training of 2025 on how to make your first $10,000 in sales with Shopify and print on demand. This is a totally free event. I'm going to be sharing the exact strategy in detail that I use to generate multiple millions in t-shirt and apparel sales across 2 brands. And more importantly, it's the system I've been teaching my students who have gone on to build profitable and sustainable businesses that unlocked more freedom and fulfillment in their lives. So if you're new to POD, this is going to give you a clear path to profitability. And if you're a POD veteran, I know there's some veterans out there, this is meant to help you multiply your growth faster. Even if you've attended my masterclass before, my goal is always to make every training better than the last. It's going to be fun, it's going to be interactive, and it's going to be based on core strategies that my brother Carlos and I teach in our training and coaching program, T-Shirt Legends Academy. So if you're wanting to start or grow a profitable and sustainable T-shirt business or apparel business with Shopify and print on demand, this event is for you. Also, this is really cool. For the first time ever, Coach Carlos and I are going to select an attendee at the end of the training to have their brand featured for live hot seat coaching. So that could be you if you are in attendance, or if you don't want to, you can watch us do live coaching and audit another brand. This is where we offer personalized on-the-spot feedback on your niche, on your designs, on your website, or your marketing. This is something that we offer in T-Shirt Legends Academy every month. And it's just a fan favorite. People love this. So we're really excited to introduce this to the free live training. You do not want to miss this. To attend, all you need to do is register for one of the 2 time slots. So it's going to be the same event held on over 2 days. So the first day is Wednesday, January 15th at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time. The second event is Thursday, January 16th at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. To register, just click the link below in the show notes or go to ecomlegendsacademy.com/ grow. And just a heads up, even if you can't make it, you can still sign up and get the replay of this live event for a limited time. So I hope to see you there. We're super fired up for the new year. We're so excited to help so many of you grow and just create more abundance, freedom, and security in your life. So with that, I'm going to shift gears and we're going to get into the main event. So in this episode, I'm going to be breaking down the exact 4-step system that I would follow if I were to start a new print-on-demand business in 2025. Our students have been using this system for years now to get their first $1,000, $10,000, and even $100,000 in revenue. However, I want to give a disclaimer, all right? I want to be really real with you. We keep it real on this podcast, all right? This system is not some overnight $1 million hack, and it is not a get rich quick scheme. All right. I'm just want to put it out there. You actually have to take action. You have to commit to remaining consistent, and you have to commit at least a few hours a week to your business. If you follow this system and do those things, you might be surprised how quickly you start generating sales and how quickly your business grows. So stick with me because I'm going to break down this entire system. All right. Let's just jump right in with step number 1, and that is niche selection. All right. So you want to choose a niche that you understand, and you want to create your brand specifically for that niche. Before you start creating products, you want to ask yourself this question: who are my products actually for? A common problem that I see so often is that people, they try to sell to everyone, and as a result, they sell to no one. If you're hung up on this, just start by writing down some of the things that you're passionate about. This is where I recommend everyone start. Maybe that's your career. Maybe it's your pet. Maybe it's a sport. Perhaps it's an animal that you're passionate about. Maybe it's a form of activism. Maybe it's a hobby, or maybe it's an identity like your faith or that you're a mother. These are all profitable niches. There are profitable niches in all of these niche categories. All right. I'm not saying just stop there. You can always go a layer or two deeper to differentiate further, but these are all profitable niche categories. All right. So once you've selected your niche, what you want to do is you want to spend a bit of time conducting simple market research to determine if your niche is profitable. All right. The niche that you're considering, you want to determine if it's profitable, and you don't need to spend a week, a month, a year. You don't need to spend that long on this. There are a lot of indicators and a lot of validation out there that you can do very simply, like, for example, with a Google search. Or you can look for validation on platforms like Etsy, Instagram. There's so many places where you can go and you can find validation to see if a niche is profitable. Now, maybe you already know a niche is profitable, right? Like the dog niche. We know that's a profitable niche. That's a multi-billion-dollar industry. The cat lover niche. We know that's profitable. There's so many obviously profitable niches out there. But if you're unsure, I do recommend spending some time to do some research and try to identify top selling products right now that are selling very well. And even more importantly, brands, other successful brands dedicated to the niche that you're considering. So if you see a lot of products, brands, or passionate communities in your particular niche, the one that you're considering, or even better, sales validation, that's a very good indicator that it's profitable. All right. So a couple of my favorite places to go are profitable competitor websites. And you can find these through Google, you can find these through Instagram, right? Just find brands that are dedicated to this niche, that are successful And you can usually tell by a number of things. Many times they'll feature it on their webpage. There's websites, I think it's the Parks Project, that said that they've sold over 1 million products. They're in the hiking niche. All right. That's pretty good validation that this brand is doing really well. There's a lot of other brands like this too. All right. That's just one really simple example. All right, let's talk about number 2, and that is designs. Now, when it comes to designs, there are 2 important components. First is design research, and second is design creation. So let's start by talking about design research. I want you to remember that success leaves clues. All right, this is why you want to take the time to research and identify top selling designs right now, designs that are selling really well right now, that you can reverse engineer and use as inspiration to create original designs for your brand. Notice I said original. We do not steal designs here. We do not endorse that. We don't encourage it. Just stay away from that. But what you can do, what's totally okay, is to identify these designs that are winning right now, reverse engineer them, take elements, take aspects from them, and use them as inspiration to create your own designs. Doing this is going to allow you to create for the demand, and it's going to drastically increase the likelihood that your design will be a winner, resulting in a lot more potential sales for you. All right. I will say, having had a lot of winning designs and having had even more flops, way more flops than winners, I've been able to notice that all of my winning designs were inspired by other popular designs that people were looking for, that people actually wanted, right? You want to create for that demand. And that's always been my experience. So this is what I highly recommend to others. All right. Now, when it comes to design research, let me share a couple of my favorite free places to go to conduct design research. So when it comes to design research, I really like successful competitor websites, emphasis on successful, online marketplaces like Etsy or Amazon, and then, of course, social media. Most successful brands have a presence at least on Instagram. Some are on other platforms. I think Instagram is phenomenal for design research. And you can see a lot of validation on there, just like you can on Etsy, right? Etsy, it'll show how many carts that design is in, how many people purchase it in the last 24 hours. You can sort by the most recent reviews to see people that are buying it. And then Instagram, I really love Instagram because you can look at the comments, you can look at the interaction, look how many people are liking it, look how many people are sharing it with others, and look how many people are commenting, particularly with buyer intent. So an example of buyer intent is someone commenting on a product saying, I need this, I want this, I just bought this, I have this and I love it. Those are all examples of buyer intent. And the more, the merrier, because all of these are forms of validation, and validation is key when it comes to research. I don't want you just to research random designs that you don't know if they've even ever sold, right? I want you to identify winning designs, designs that are selling at a high volume right now, that are really resonating, really evoking emotion and relatability for your ideal customer, and use those designs as inspiration to create your own original designs. All right. Now, those are some free tools, free areas, places that I really like to go to do design research. But there are also paid tools that can help you with design research. So this can really speed up the process, save you a lot of time in identifying designs that are winning right now that you can use as inspiration. So my favorite paid design research tool right now is Everbee. You've probably heard me talk about it before, and I really love this tool because it allows you to quickly identify top selling products and designs that people actually want, right? That there's validation for, which you can use as inspiration to create original products and designs for your brand. Now, There are other paid tools out there. Some are similar to Everbee, some are different. This is my personal favorite, but there are other tools out there. Feel free to go out there and do research. I'm just sharing my personal favorite. It doesn't matter which tool you use if you do want to invest in a paid tool, as long as it's effective in achieving your goals, right? To quickly identify winning designs that you can reverse engineer and use as inspiration. That's really the goal, right? Identify things people actually want and then use that as inspiration to create your own original designs and products. All right. Second, let's talk about design creation. All right. So when it comes to design creation, I recommend creating simple designs. And I recommend creating them yourself using a beginner-friendly tool like Canva or Kittl. These are two of my favorite design creation tools right now, and they are perfect for non-techies with no graphic design experience. I use and love both of these, and I've been able to create countless six-figure designs. So either can work for you. Again, you don't need to use these tools. These are just my personal favorite, what I use, recommend, and what a lot of my students use as well. All right. But I don't want to overwhelm you with too many options. I don't want to list like 20 design tools because you don't need 20 design tools. Really, you just need one. Like before Kittl existed or before I knew about Kittl, I pretty much exclusively used Canva. I did outsource some designs to freelancers, but most of my designs I created myself in Canva, and many of those designs went on to create six figures and multiple six figures in sales. So you really just need one tool to do the job. And maybe it's going to come down to personal preference, right? Those are just two simple to use tools that I think are fantastic and I use, love, and recommend. I also want to kind of emphasize how I mentioned to create simple designs. Simple sells. Remember that, all right? This is not an opinion. This is a fact. Printify, one of the largest print on demand companies in the world, they analyzed their data and found that in general, products with just 1 to 2 design elements, such as purely text-based or designs with text and a single design graphic, significantly outperformed others. And it was so nice actually getting data for this because I had been telling my students that simple sells for a very long time because that was absolutely my experience. And the other successful brand owners I know, most of them, like a high majority of them, this was the same for them. So it was kind of like something that we always knew from our own experience, but we didn't know of any data that backed it up. And when this report came out, I was so happy because I like to provide data. I don't like to just give my opinion on everything, right? I want to give you facts and figures as well. So I highly recommend focusing on creating simple designs. This is also going to save you a ton of time, which is going to allow you to release more designs in a shorter period, right? I would way rather you create 10 simple designs, of course, that you did design research on. So I call them validated designs, as opposed to one super complex design. In my experience, that didn't really pan out too well for me. I remember trying to learn Photoshop to create one single design, and I spent hours upon hours on this design, and it was total crickets. I thought it was going to be a hit. Like I was sure that this was going to be a winner, and I'm sure many of you that have released designs have felt the same. I'm sure you can resonate with this. You've experienced this where you're like, oh yeah, this is the one. This is the one. You drop it, and it's total crickets. I've had that happen way too many times to count. And you really don't know which one is actually going to be a winner until you test. And sometimes you might actually be surprised by some of the designs that are winners, right? So I strongly recommend focusing on creating simple designs that evoke emotion and relatability for your ideal customer. That's it. You don't need to create designs for others outside of your niche. Just focus on creating relevant designs for your ideal customer. All right. They're going to appreciate that. They're going to feel like the brand was made for them, that it gets them. And a lot of them prefer to support a brand built around their passion versus going to Walmart and buying, a shirt that might be somewhat similar, but that's just from this generic large company who in many cases doesn't care about the niche, right? So in my opinion, it's a differentiator and it gives you a competitive advantage. If all your products are focused around your ideal customer, they're going to feel like every time you have new arrivals, they're going to get excited because they know that in theory, all of them are going to be relevant to them. All right. So let's talk about number 3 of the 4-part system, and that is your website. So when it comes to your website, there's really 2 important components. First is print on demand selection, and second is website creation. So let's start by talking about the first one, print on demand selection. When it comes to print on demand selection, there are a number of features that you want to consider in a print on demand company, such as, but not limited to. All right. Here are some of the features that you really want to take into consideration. That's product selection, production costs. So how much does it cost for that company to fulfill the products? Print quality. I always recommend ordering a sample from the company that you select just to make sure you're happy with the quality. Reliability and reputation. This one's huge. Like there's a lot of print on demands out there where there's plenty of red flags out there. To show that they are not the most reputable and they're not really known for quality. I'm not going to name any right now, but I know some personally. So you want to stay away from those ones. Other features that are important are ease of use, branding options. If you want to create inside neck labels or you want to do some branding for your products, really the list goes on. That's just some of them. There's actually so many more. And while there is no one size fits all solution, since every business is unique, my personal favorite print on demand company in 2025 is Printify, which also recently merged with Printful. So they've become one company now. Printify, the reason I really like them personally is because they have a huge product catalog with over 1,000 products to choose from. I don't know any print on demand company with more products. Maybe they exist, but this is the one that I know that has the most of all the ones that I like, the reputable ones that I pay attention to. So their catalog has over 1,000 products to choose from, low production costs compared to many other print on demand companies. This is another thing they're known for. They have a large network of production partners all over the world. It's very user friendly and easy to use. And while no print on demand company is perfect, including Printify, none are perfect, they do have an overall good reputation. And it's the company most used by my students. All right. This video is not sponsored by Printify or any of the tools that I'm recommending in this episode. These are just my personal favorites, the ones I use, love, and recommend, and that many of my students use and love as well. I will include links in the show notes to all of my favorite tools that I'm mentioning in this episode, so you don't have to go scrambling finding them. And then I'll also include any special offers that I've been provided for my community. Many of these tools I am an affiliate for. I'm a proud partner of because I use, love, and recommend them. So I'll include my affiliate links below and you can check them out for yourself, but just do your own research, no pressure. Just whatever product, whatever tool you prefer, try it out, right? Try it out. I'm not trying to push these on anyone. I want you to do what's best for your business, and I encourage you to do your own research. All right, let's talk about website creation. Once you've selected your print on demand company, you're going to want to connect it to your Shopify website, which you can do in just a few clicks. It's really quick, it only takes a couple of minutes. And by doing so, you can then create products within your print on demand company app that automatically publish to your website. Then, when you make a sale on your website, so when someone goes to your Shopify website and they make a purchase, your print on demand company, they're going to print, pack, and ship all of your items as they sell. This is another thing that I love about print on demand. You only pay for inventory as you make sales. So you don't have to go make some huge $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 upfront purchase into blanks and transfers and machinery. It's all per sale, right? This is one of many benefits. Now, notice that I specifically mentioned Shopify. The reason I mentioned it is because I truly believe that it's the best platform to build a website, sell products, and market your brand. Shopify has always been my primary platform, and it's what I recommend to all of my students. And I also want to mention that while creating a website may sound overwhelming and time intensive, I assure you that Shopify makes it simple. They have free pre-made website templates, which are a total game changer in terms of time savings. A lot of it is just drag and drop or filling in the blanks, and there is no coding or tech skills required. And even a non-techie person like me has been able to build multiple Shopify websites. So if that sounds like you, if you're not techie or you're not familiar with building a website, I highly recommend Shopify. They're an e-commerce first platform. They were built to help creators and entrepreneurs like you and me quickly build websites so that we can market our brand and sell our products. They also have incredible 24/7 live chat support, which, by the way, I have made very good use of myself, and I encourage you to do so too. And then they also have incredible documentation to help you get your website up and running quickly. All right. Outsourcing the production process to a print on demand company and having it automatically publish your products to your Shopify store unlocks a lot more time to focus on sales generating activity like design research, like design creation, and like marketing. And that leads me into my fourth and favorite topic of this system, and that is marketing. Now, marketing obviously is very advantageous for driving traffic to your products, to your website, to your social media, and to start making sales. Now, I could be here all day talking about marketing since it's definitely one of my absolute favorite topics, but I want to share one of the core concepts that we teach in my training and coaching program, T-Shirt Legends Academy. And that is to start by choosing just one primary platform to acquire customers and one secondary platform to retain customers, and commit to mastery of just these two platforms. That is it. That is all you need to create a successful business. You don't need to be on every platform, every social media platform, and you shouldn't, because if you have diluted focus, you get diluted results. There's much more value in mastering one platform and committing to dominating that one platform as opposed to having this small, insignificant presence on a bunch of platforms, right? So when it comes to selecting a primary platform, I personally recommend social media since it's free, unlimited digital real estate. There are a number of ways to get in front of a lot of people, connect with niche specific communities, and chat directly with your ideal customers. For all these reasons, I absolutely love social media. Now, my favorite primary platform specifically is Instagram. It's probably the most popular platform I see being used by the large, successful t-shirt and apparel brands and the smaller apparel brands as well. And I just feel like it was made for us since it's very visual. You can create shoppable posts with Instagram shops. There are clickable links that you can include that'll take people to your products in Instagram stories. They have by far the best paid ads platform, in my opinion, specifically for selling with Shopify and print on demand. And it just feels like it was designed for brand building, shopping, and sales. And best of all, they're always adding more features. They're always adding more features that help brands grow and monetize on their platform. However, I want to give a word of caution here. It's important to know that social media and marketplaces are rented platforms, meaning you don't own your audience. This is a borrowed audience. Instagram, TikTok, Etsy, Amazon, whichever platform you're on, they own your audience and they can take it away from you at any time and completely ruin your livelihood, your brand's livelihood, right? That's not what I want for you. And this is why I strongly recommend making your secondary platform an owned platform where you own your audience. And my favorite owned platform in 2025 is email marketing. I use, love, and recommend Klaviyo for email marketing to convert email subscribers into customers and turn them into repeat buyers. Now, Klaviyo obviously isn't the only email marketing solution out there. There's a lot of other great options. So feel free to go and do your research. I've tried a number of them. I did my research and I really love Klaviyo. So totally up to you if you want to use them. Feel free to go out there, do your own research. You do you. I want whatever is best for you, whatever is working for you. That's what's most important. But the reason why email marketing is still used by so many of the biggest brands in the world is because it works. And when done properly, assuming you have products that people actually want to buy and you're getting those products in front of the right people, it can unlock a ton of first time and repeat sales. Now, I really love email marketing for both of these, but I will say when it comes to repeat sales, I don't know a better sales channel. I absolutely love it. And repeat sales should always be a core component of your brand, of building your brand. It can be expensive to go out to pay to get in front of thousands and thousands of people to acquire them, right? However, if you can leverage a low-cost marketing platform like email marketing to get those people to come back again and again and again, well, you're not only making your brand more valuable, but all of them are becoming more profitable as they make additional purchases, right? So I don't personally like to rely purely on paid advertising to reach people. It's a fantastic option to amplify your reach and to reach infinitely more people. For example, let's say that you released a design on your Instagram and it got in front of 5,000 people and you made 5 sales. Well, imagine if you could amplify that reach and instead of 5,000 people, assuming it was profitable, which if you just post it to Instagram, it's free marketing. But let's say that you got it in front of 5,000 people and you made a bunch of sales. Imagine if you got it in front of 500,000 people, 500,000 of your ideal customer. That is the power of paid advertising. It's one of the fastest ways to get validation and to grow your brand. However, if you can create a system where you leverage something like paid advertising to reach a lot more people, get your products in front of a lot more people, and then you can bring those people over to your email list, well, guess what? Now you can get those people to buy again and again and again. And this is something crazy that I think is going to blow some minds. I know it blows minds when I share this with my students and with others, but really when it comes down to it, you only need 1,000 people to spend $100 on your shop to generate $100,000 in revenue per year. Isn't that crazy? Like, think about that. If you get 1,000 people on your email list to purchase 2 or 3 times in a year, maybe they'll purchase more because you'll probably have some of those hardcore brand evangelists. I love those that purchase like 5 to 10 times a year. But really, you only need 1,000 people on your email list to spend $100 a year to have a 6-figure business. Now, keep in mind that 6 figures in revenue, not profit. However, the more people that you can get to purchase through a low-cost marketing channel like email marketing, the more profitable that's actually going to make you at the end of the year, your brand, and you're going to be able to either save that income, that additional income that you created, or you can reinvest it in your business to reach more people. There's a number of things you can do with it, right? But I like to give people this perspective shift because I think when people think about creating a 6-figure business, there's a lot, it's very intimidating, right? There's a lot of overwhelmed. They don't know how they're going to do it. But when you break down the numbers like that, it just really makes it more attainable. And the more attainable it feels for you, the more likely I know that you're going to go and shoot your shot. And that's what I want for you. I want you to take the messy and perfect action. I want you to create a brand that you love and that your customers love. And I want you to create your own security and unlock more freedom in your life. That's my goal for every single one of our listeners. So to summarize the strategy that I teach here, choose one primary platform to leverage that audience to grow and attract your ideal customers, and then bring them over from that borrowed audience over to your secondary platform, which should be an owned platform. So the examples I use for a primary platform, my favorite, the ones that I focus on is Instagram, and secondary is email marketing. I hope you found this valuable, and I wish you massive abundance in 2025 and beyond. I want you to make this your year to take the messy and perfect action, start creating your own security, and start unlocking more freedom in your life. If that is you, I also want to invite you again to my free live training. You do not want to mix this, where I go more in depth on starting a profitable and sustainable print-on-demand business. I'll be sharing a bunch of our proven marketing strategies, a number of proprietary frameworks that Carlos and I created specifically for T-Shirt Legends Academy. And Carlos and I are going to be sticking around to do some live coaching after the training. It's always good vibes. It's always so much fun. And I can't wait to meet a bunch of you. We will also be discussing our training and coaching program, T-Shirt Legends Academy. I mentioned it a couple of times here. We're going to be discussing that as well on that live training for anyone looking for support and direct coaching from me and my team. If you're not interested in that, that's totally fine. No worries. Come anyways, get all the value, and then go out there and apply it. But I know that there's a number of people that are looking for more support, a community of other ambitious entrepreneurs that are on the same journey as them, and direct coaching from people who are where they want to be. And this is what we could offer in T-Shirt Legends Academy. So we'll be talking about it more on there. The link to register is in the show notes below, or you can go to ecomlegendsacademy.com/grow. Also, by attending, you may be selected for the live hot seat coaching. So you can get a whole bunch of direct feedback from Carlos, myself, and the other attendees. It's really cool. It's like having a whole strategy team focused just on your brand and ways that you can unlock more sales. So I hope you join us. I'd love to see you there. With that, I'm going to sign off. I want you to go out there, take imperfect action, and remember that you're always just one design away. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Print on Demand Playbook podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving us an honest review on whichever platform you are listening from. We really appreciate it. It helps us reach more listeners and help change more lives. So thank you for being a listener. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you very soon.